Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. Today, these two teams square off in what should be an exciting Mountain West showdown. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Air Force Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Falcons offense takes the field. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars. This guy fits that mold.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack of all trades.
He'll pitch it. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. For young men who are going to make their living protecting the skies, they can cover some ground, too.
There's no doubt, and they're going to cover the ground and be on the ground, stay on the ground, and be very successful. That's what they want to do with this running attack.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. The option look. He'll toss it. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Line getting set on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
And the Falcons are flying down the field. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the 1st down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
The Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Now the pitch. Discards him with the stiff arm. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They'll run the option. The pitch. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Air Force.
exciting, Coach, to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Fresno State Bulldogs offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And how about the inside linebacker flying through there? You see those guys come up, you see how fast they can come up and fit the run. But how about blitzing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack?
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it's hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. The jet sweep pass. Tackled, but he has a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback is able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got enough space. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Falcons.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got his man to the left. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Gets it out fast. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a lead.
Fights off the defender. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big 3rd down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
They'll try the counter. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. This offense has a 2nd down play. It's a draw. Nifty little dance step. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. First down to start the drive after the break. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They'll throw it on 1st down. It's complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give from the gun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Field goal is good.
That makes the score Air Force 14, Fresno State 3.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Falcons will punt this one away. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Wide receiver shows motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Unleashes one deep. And that pass picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Leaves it with the running back. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
So much for tight formation, smash mouth, 2nd and 1, and they've got 4 receivers across the field. Grabs it in the middle. The Falcons get enough for the 1st down. You don't have to make things complicated. You seize zone, you throw the hitch, you pick up some positive yardage.
Yes, Reese, that's easy when my guy's really fast and quick. Those guys in the slot, get it to them after the catches. They're make some magic happen.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He makes the connection. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Now the toss. At the 40, there he goes. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. It's been a great way for the service academies to stay relevant in major college football by having prolific ground game.
Yeah, then those ground games are a pain in everybody's you-know-what. I mean, they drive you nuts, the triple option, because so much discipline. I mean, they're so good at running what they do. They don't do a lot, but they're going to hit you right in the mouth and run the football.
Now on second down and short. Running back goes in motion. On the option. He'll pitch it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Air Force! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. UAB went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Blazers team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. On second down, he's looking downfield. Gets it out quickly. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Going up top on first down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, there's something you don't see very often. Quarterback overthrowing that guy with his type of speed. There aren't a lot of dudes that have the arm talent to overthrow him, but somehow we just saw it happen right there.
And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. What a terrible, terrible shank. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
On first down, here comes this offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. He wants to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Love the competitive nature by the defender on that play. That's just a 50-50 ball, and that defender swatted it away.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. They've cut into this lead. It's down to 11 as they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Colorado Springs.
And the Falcons will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Breaks the tackle. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. From the gun, wants to pass. He looks that one in nicely. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Fresno State right back to the line. He'll do it himself. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Fresno State. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Trying to power it in. And they're able to get him down.
Man, they got him on the ground just short of the 1-yard line. The running back, you could tell he wanted to get in there, wanted to use his power and try to fall forward, but a nice job of tackling by the defense and making that thing fall just short.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field, looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the tailback. On the move at the 30. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. He's piled up 97 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. On the option. Quick toss. At midfield, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. They'll line up for a second down play. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Now on the option. He'll toss it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling.
The Falcons getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the fullback. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
And the fullbacks, usually are typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back. But occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it. But when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give him the football.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Falcons! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Fresno State, 16.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Keeps it on the bootleg. Fires to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Motion from the offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
That makes the score Air Force 28, Fresno State 19.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Now the pitch. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Run it with the fullback. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
I'll tell you guys, this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He can catch the football, and he can also run it, especially on 3rd down. What a weapon.
And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. After run, now throw. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
They're going to run it to the right. Nice move there. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Wide out in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now...
A really nice job by the defense, understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice 3rd down stop.
Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quickly complete. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. He wants to throw it again. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. You saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
He's looking to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's knocked away downfield, the DB getting a hand in there. Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. He's looking to throw. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, I don't know. Got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. On target.
The pass on 3rd down was caught by the receiver. He's tackled at the 48-yard line. Coming up, 4th down.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh.
Really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The back goes in motion. On the option. He'll pitch it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
This is when an offense really makes their money. Like when you can be a team that they know you're running the football, you know you're running the football, but you can still get little chunk plays right here. And most importantly, with the lead, keep that clock ticking.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He'll toss it. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now on 2nd down. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
On 3rd down, going up top. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
The Falcons will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. He wants to throw here on second down. He's got his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Completes it in the middle. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Trying to find his man on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. They want to just keep throwing it. Got him downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Lets it fly. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I give credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch. Nice catch.
It's good.
Nice job making that field goal. You're down in possession here late in the game. You've got 2 timeouts in your back pocket. Do you trust your defense to be able to go out, get a stop, and get you the football back for one final shot? We're going to see.
Just under a minute and a half to play, and to have a shot, you got to believe they have to recover this onside kick. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.